Excuse me, is this seat taken?
Excuse me?
Is this taken?
Yes, it is.
Oh, sorry.
Sure thing.
Excuse me, is this seat taken?
Excuse me?
Is this taken?
No, but I'm expecting somebody in a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Sure thing.
Excuse me, is this seat taken?
No, but I'm expecting somebody very shortly.
Would you mind if I sit here till he, she, or it comes?
Well, they do seem to be pretty late.
You never know who you might be turning down.
Sorry. Nice try, though.
Sure thing. Is this seat taken?
No, it's not.
Would you mind if I sit here?
Yes, it would.
Oh. Is this seat taken?
No, it's not.
Would you mind if I sit here?
No, go ahead.
Thanks. Every place else seems to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Great place for reading.
Mm-hmm.
What's the book?
I just wanted to read in quiet, if you don't mind.
No, sure thing. Every place else seems to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Great place for reading.
I like it.
What's the book?
The Sound and the Fury.
Oh, Hemingway. What's the book?
The Sound and the Fury.
Oh, Faulkner.
Have you read it?
Not actually. I've sure read about it though. I hear it's great.
It is great.
It's supposed to be great. Waiter. What's the book?
The Sound and the Fury.
Oh, Faulkner.
Have you read it?
I'm a Mets fan myself.
Have you read it?
Yeah, I read it in college.
Oh, where was college?
I went to Oral Roberts University.
Where was college?
I was lying. I never really went to college. I just liked to party.
Where was college?
Harvard.
Oh, do you like Faulkner?
I love Faulkner. I spent a whole winter reading him once.
Oh, I've just started.
I was so excited after the first 10 pages that I went out and bought everything else he wrote. One of the greatest reading experiences of my life. I mean, all that incredible psychological understanding. The page after page of gorgeous prose. The way he grasped the mystery of time and human existence. The smells of the earth! What do you think?
I think it's pretty boring.
What's the book?
The Sound and the Fury.
Oh, Faulkner.
Do you like Faulkner?
I love Faulkner.
He's incredible.
I spent a whole winter reading him once.
I was so excited after the first 10 pages that I went out and bought everything else he wrote.
All that incredible psychological understanding.
And the prose is so gorgeous.
And the way he grasped the mystery of time.
And human existence. I can't believe I've waited this long to read him.
You never know. You might not have liked him before.
That's true.
You might not have been ready for him. You have to hit these things at the right moment or it's no good.
That's happened to me.
It's all in the time. My name's Bill, by the way.
I'm Betty.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I thought reading Faulkner was a great experience.
Yeah.
The Sound and the Fury.
Well, onwards and upwards.
Waiter, you have to hit these things at the right moment or it's no good.
That's happened to me.
It's all in the timing. My name's Bill, by the way.
I'm Betty.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you come here a lot?
Actually, I'm just in town for 2 days from Pakistan.
Oh, Pakistan. My name's Bill, by the way.
I'm Betty.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you come here a lot?
Every once in a while, do you?
Not so much anymore. Not as much as I used to. Before my nervous breakdown. Do you come here a lot?
Why are you asking?
Just interested.
Why would you be interested in whether or not I come here or not?
Just getting acquainted.
Maybe you're only interested in the sake for asking me back to your place because you've rented some great tape for your VCR or because you have some really terrific unknown Django Reinhardt record. Only all you really want to do is screw, which you won't do very well. After which you'll go into the bathroom, then pad into the kitchen and get yourself a beer from the refrigerator without asking me if I'd like anything. Then you'll proceed to lay back down next to me and confess you have a girlfriend named Stephanie, who's away at medical school in Belgium for a year, and that you've been involved with her off and on, in what you call a very intricate relationship for the past 7 years, none of which interests me, mister.
Okay. Do you come here a lot?
Every other day, I think.
I come in here quite a lot and I don't remember seeing you.
We must be on different schedules.
Misconnections.
Different time zones.
Amazing how you can live right next door to somebody in this town and never even know it.
I know.
City life.
It's crazy.
We probably pass each other in the street every day. Right in front of this place, probably.
Yep.
Well, the waiters here sure seem on a different time zone. I can't seem to locate anyone. Waiter! So what do you
Beg
do?
pardon?
Nothing. Sorry.
We must be on different schedules.
Misconnections.
Different time zones.
Amazing how you can live right next door to somebody in this town and never even know it.
I know.
City life.
It's crazy.
You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
Actually, I was.
Oh, boyfriend?
Sort of.
What's a sort of boyfriend?
My husband.
Uh-huh. You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
Actually, I was.
Oh, boyfriend?
Sort of.
What's a sort of boyfriend?
We were meeting here to break up.
Mm-hmm. What's a sort of boyfriend?
My lover. Here she comes now.
You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
No, just reading.
Sort of a sad occupation for a Friday night, isn't it? Reading here all by yourself?
Do you think so?
Well, sure. I mean, what's a good-looking woman like you doing out here alone on a Friday night?
Trying to avoid lines like that.
No, listen. You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
No, just reading.
Sort of a sad occupation for a Friday night, isn't it? Reading here all by yourself?
I guess it is in a way.
Well, I mean, what's a good-looking woman like you doing out here alone on a Friday night? No offense, but...
I'm out alone on a Friday night for the first time in a very long time.
Oh.
You see, I just recently ended a relationship
Oh.
of rather long standing.
I'm sorry. Well, listen, since reading by yourself is such a sad occupation for a Friday night, would you like to go elsewhere?
No.
Do something else?
No thanks.
I was headed out to the movies in a little while.
I don't think so.
The big chance to let Faulkner catch his breath. All those long sentences seem to get him pretty tired.
Thanks anyway.
Okay,
I appreciate the invitation.
sure thing. You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
No, just reading.
Sort of a sad occupation for a Friday night, isn't it? Reading here all by yourself?
I guess I was trying to think of it as existentially romantic. You know, cappuccino, great literature, rainy night.
That only works in Paris. We could hop the late plane to Paris, you know. Get on a Concorde, find a cafe.
I'm a little short on plane fare tonight.
So am I.
To tell you the truth, I was headed to the movies after I finished this section. Would you like to come along?
That's a very nice offer, but
Uh-huh. Girlfriend?
two actually. One of them's pregnant, and Stephanie.
Girlfriend?
No, I don't have a girlfriend. Not if you mean that controlling dog I dumped last night.
Girlfriend?
Sort of, sort of.
What's a sort of girlfriend?
My mother? I just recently ended a relationship, actually,
Oh,
of rather long standing.
I'm sorry to hear it.
This is my first night out alone in a long time. I feel a little bit deceived, to tell you the truth.
So you didn't stop to talk because you're a Mooney or you have some weird political affiliation?
Nope. Straight down the ticket Republican. Straight down the ticket Democrat. Can I tell you something about politics? I like to think of myself as a citizen of the universe. I'm unaffiliated.
Oh, that's a relief. So am I.
I vote my beliefs.
Labels are not important.
Labels are not important, exactly. I mean, take me for an example. I mean, so what if I had a 2-point, 3-point, 4-point at college? Or if I did come from Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Westchester County?
Sure.
I believe a man is what he is. A person is what he is. A person is what they are.
I think so too.
So what if I admire Trotsky? So what if I once had a total body liposuction? So what if I don't have a penis? So what if I once spent a year in the Peace Corps? I was acting on my convictions.
Sure.
You just can't hang a sign on a person.
Absolutely. I'll bet you're a Scorpio. Look, I was headed to the movies after I finished this section. Would you like to come along?
That sounds like fun. What's playing?
A couple of the really early Woody Allen movies.
Oh,
You don't like Woody Allen?
sure, I like Woody Allen.
But you're not crazy about Woody Allen.
Those early ones kind of get on my nerves.
Hmm. Look,
Listen,
I was thinking...
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I was headed to the movies in a little while, and
So was
the
I.
Woody Allen Festival.
Just up the street.
Do you like the early ones?
I think anybody who doesn't ought to be run off the planet.
How many times have you seen Bananas?
8 times.
12. So you still interested?
Do you like Entenmann's crumb cake?
Last night, I went in at 2 in the morning to get one. Did you have an Etch-a-Sketch as a child?
Yes. And do you like Brussels sprouts?
No, I think they're disgusting.
They are disgusting.
Do you believe in marriage in spite of current sentiments against it?
Yes.
And children?
3 of them.
2 girls and a boy?
Harvard, Vassar, and Brown?
And will you love me
Yes.
and cherish me forever?
Yes.
You still want to go to the movies?
Sure thing.
Waiter.
simple. Chapter 3, the party. Section 1, saying hello.
Hello.
But remember, before you begin, the first 3 minutes of conversation between two people can determine their relationship for the rest of eternity. So watch your language.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
I don't believe I know you.
Oh, my name is Jill.
I'm Jack.
How do you do?
A friend of the
A
host?
friend of the hostess.
Oh. So.
Well,
Nice party.
Excellent, but let's look at the underlying rhythm of this interchange.
Baba.
beep,
Boba beep.
boo,
Beat da 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 dumpa.
da da ba,
Ba da Beat da beep.
beat on a beep beep,
Oh. Ba.
boo.
Da wop bop.
Hello, hello, hello. It's always hello.
You are the most wonderful woman at this party.
And then goodbye, goodbye.
You have a light that surrounds you.
Every time I hear the word hello, it's like a magic incantation, an open sesame.
Hello, I say to her.
Abracadabra.
My name is Jack.
And I expect a whole new universe to open up in front of me. Full
Hello.
of joy.
Hello, hello.
And then goodbye, goodbye.
Section 2, the structure of English conversation.
Fred!
First name,
Mary.
first name.
Hello.
Salutation, social display of affection followed
I
by
didn't know you were here.
friendly observation, answered by
I'm here.
statement of the obvious.
How are you?
Superficial question about health.
Good.
Superficial answer. Occupational question.
How's the job?
And
Terrific.
acceptable falsehood.
So.
Meaningless monosyllable while searching for topic.
Quite a smorgasbord.
Attempt at a new topic. Non-committal noise as to reject the topic. And
Well.
exclamation to signal the approaching end of the interchange. Well done.
I was in love with you once upon a time.
You asked me about my job, and I lied to you.
You who look so self-possessed and mature.
I would have answered you honestly once upon a time.
I used to go to parties like this all the time.
Together.
So happy.
Nice seeing you, Fred.
Expression of pleasure. First name.
Take care, Mary.
Parting wish. First name.
Bye.
Valediction. Section 3. Simultaneous translation or the secret meanings of common English words.
Well, well, well.
In this context, oh crap.
I didn't know you were here.
What are you doing here?
How are you, Hank?
Wasn't 5 years enough?
I'm good.
Screw you, Agnes.
Nice party.
Asshole.
Very nice.
Screw you, Agnes.
So, what are you doing with yourself?
Are you still sleeping with that slut from the community college?
Same old thing.
It's none of your business.
Have you tried the chicken?
Have some salmonella.
I'm sticking with liquids.
I know you have problems with your mother, but you don't have to poison me.
See you, Hank.
Up yours.
Take care.
Screw you, Agnes.
Bye.
Section 7. Fill in the blank or the arbitrariness of information.
Excuse me, but don't I know you? My name's Jack.
Hi.
My name's Bill.
How do you do?
My name's Ted.
How are you?
Melvin. And you are?
Jill.
Hi, Jill.
Monica.
How are you, Monica?
Denise.
Could we have gone to college together?
I went to Stanford.
Ah.
Bennington.
Oh.
Chicago.
And I'm sorry you are.
Louise. And you are?
Barney.
Where'd you grow up, Bob?
Well.
Jim.
Well.
Stanley.
Well, I grew up in Washington.
Oh.
St. Louis.
Great.
Santa Fe.
Nice place.
How about you, Jane?
My name is Jill.
I'm sorry, Jill.
And yet, really, my name could be anything.
Anyway, I went to med school.
I wasn't born with a name.
Went to law school.
I was given a name.
Went to plumbing school.
My name could just as easily be Beth, or Phyllis, or Jane,
Quite a smorgasbord, isn't it?
or Gertrude, or Natasha.
You know what the trouble with a smorgasbord is? There are too many choices.
A hummingbird doesn't have a name.
Do I want the chicken or the roast beef?
A fish doesn't have a name.
Pate or cheese?
A hedgehog doesn't have a name.
It's just like life that way.
It's just this nameless thing, a handful of skin and fur and a heart beating inside it.
Should I work? Should I read? Should I listen to music?
Completely anonymous.
Should I go to this party or should I go to the movies?
A hedgehog doesn't even know it doesn't have a name.
Sometimes there's so many choices, I don't do anything.
With a name, you're just an example of something.
Tonight, I thought this party could be a total waste.
But I'm not an example of something.
But I came to this party because I thought I might meet the love of my life.
I'm somebody.
Do you think she's here?
I'm Jill.
I'm Jack. Hello.
Section 26, the conditional tense, or should, would, could.
Okay, so we meet at this party.
And we like each other.
We like each other instantly. Hello, I'm Zeno.
Miranda, did you know that the first 3 minutes of conversation can determine your relationship to the other person for all of eternity?
But we passed the 3-minute mark. We meet, we mesh.
Oi, what a mesh!
And it all starts right here. In a single moment, all things seem possible.
All things are possible.
The infinite smorgasbord lies before us. But what do we do?
The party's wrapping up,
The crowd is thinning.
but the question of the moment is,
Do I ask you out?
do I ask you out?
And if you do,
Should I accept?
This could be one of those glorious and intoxicating meetings, best left to memories.
Or it could be the start of eternal love.
So I said, would you like to get a cup of coffee sometime? And you say,
Sorry, but thanks anyway.
bye. And that's the road of no thank you.
A dead end.
Possibly a happy dead end. Well, down this road here.
Would you like to get a cup of coffee sometime?
Sure.
So we go for coffee.
And have a horrible time.
Dead end.
Or a wonderful time.
In which case we get a second cup.
And stop right there.
Dead end.
Or we get a 3rd cup, and a 4th cup, and a 5th
Would we
cup.
have made love by now?
Maybe we would have.
I say we should have.
We certainly could have.
Let's say we did.
And it was horrible. Dead end.
Or it was wonderful, which means
More coffee.
and we move in with each other.
Mistake.
Dead end.
Or it could be wonderful.
So we get engaged.
Marriage.
Children.
Bliss.
And on to divorce.
Maybe we're down that other road, and we took that road of no thank you years and years ago. And years pass.
And we meet at a party, and you say,
Hello, I'm Zeno.
Miranda.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
And a whole new world opens up in front of us.
Full of joy,
All things are possible.
and they start right on this spot.
Dead end,
Or bliss.
should, would, could.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Miranda.
Yes, nice meeting you, Zeno.
Section 78, saying goodbye.
Listen, I only have a few minutes left.
Let's practice a typical interchange.
The party's wrapping up and the crowd is thinning. Coats are disappearing from the pile on the bed.
A typical interchange, please.
I just want to say, while I have the chance, that you are the most wonderful woman at this party.
Typical, please.
On this street, in the city, in the country, on this planet.
You're the most wonderful man I've met in years.
You have a light that surrounds you.
You're intoxicating.
You're radiant. I come to this party one thing, and I leave it transformed.
I came to this party to meet the love of my life.
And you're her.
You are she.
You're her. You are the love of my life.
My name could be anything.
But it's Jill.
I could have gone anywhere tonight.
But you came to this party.
Hello, hello.
Abracadabra. My name is Jack.
Would you like to get a cup of coffee sometime, Jack?
Yes, Jill. I would like that very much.
And it all happens right here.
A plus.
Absolutely.
Paradise.
Absolutely.
Paradise.
Absolutely.
They ought to put us on TV.
Or bottle us.
Oh, the world would be littered with empties.
Can you imagine what the world would be like if everybody lived like us?
Oh, it'd be utopia.
Earthly paradise.
Absolutely.
There'd be no more war, no strife,
No hunger,
no hatred,
no cats,
no toupees,
no German
no
novels,
chewing gum.
no Sunday afternoon football on TV.
Hey, don't knock football.
Right, we'll keep football.
You just don't understand its subtleties.
No
No
cigars,
house
no
plants,
polyester,
no parents,
no polyester,
no parents,
no polyester.
no parents.
No canned spaghetti,
No time.
no space,
No matter.
no antimatter.
God, isn't it simple?
Yeah, utopia's a snap when you get right down to it.
We'd know how to put a world together. How come they never asked us?
Aren't we the most discriminating and tasteful couple you ever saw?
We'd know how to put a world together. How come they never asked us?
And no varicose veins.
I beg your pardon?
In our perfect world, no varicose veins.
Alas, varicose veins are inevitable.
They're disgusting.
You can get rid of polyester and parents, but varicose veins are part of the grand design.
Would you still love me if I had varicose veins?
Of course not.
Would it be all over?
It would be all over.
Somehow I felt so. But you're not supposed to say things like that on my birthday.
What? I'm not.
It's all right then, but speaking of birthdays.
Birthdays. Birthdays?
Yeah. Do I get my presents now?
Sorry, Pinky. No presents till after the guests
Oh,
leave.
please, Pinky.
Oh, all right. One present.
Great. So what'd you get me, huh? What'd you get me?
Well, you know they've been releasing the complete trombone suites of Arthur Honegger. In 7 volumes.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how much you love Honegger.
Onager, offiger.
Oh, very good. 10 points.
But to tell you the truth, I didn't really want the complete Onager trombone suites.
What did you want?
What'd you get me, and I'll tell you.
You have to guess.
I don't want to guess. Just hand over the loot, will you?
Say anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Happy birthday.
God, I love presents. I love presents. Oh, Pinky, I should have known. A pair of droopy eyes. How did you know?
I thought you wanted to go with your normal Kamali dress.
Oh, gosh, thanks, Pinky.
Anything for you, Pinky.
If the rest of the presents are like this, I'm gonna kill you.
Would it be all over?
It would be all over.
All right then, you greedy bitch. Just to assuage your insatiable rapaciosity.
Rapaciatudiousness?
Try this.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
What I did.
But you shouldn't have.
What I did. Now open.
But you'd never ask. Oh, God. Jack.
Do you like it?
Oh, God.
God? Who? No such entity. The invention of a lot of silly, superstitious cave
Oh, it's incredible.
So what do you expect from tall, thin, tasteful people?
How could you afford this?
Oh, I sold a couple more quarts down at the blood bank. You really should put the droopy eyes on with that. It was meant as an ensemble.
I don't think I've ever been as happy as I am right now.
Actually, you've been exactly this happy in the arms of half a dozen other men. You've just forgotten.
Oh, shut up.
Just as you'll forget me
Don't
someday.
spoil it, you cynic.
Pollyanna,
Fatalist.
running dog of bourgeois optimism.
You're wonderful.
Speak for yourself.
Paradise.
Absolutely.
Hey, Pinky, what do you say we do this forever? I mean, don't you think we could?
Do this forever?
Yeah, I mean, doesn't it make you think
What?
nothing?
Doesn't this make me think I could reconsider my usual dark and nasty ideas about the abominable institution of marriage?
Something like that?
Doesn't this make me think I could find marriage anything less than asphyxiating?
Something like that?
And terminally dull?
Something along those lines.
And the children are not the ultimate terror created by some maleficent deity to scream in your ear, shit in your hand, and bankrupt you.
You're bankrupt already.
That's because I was married once.
No, that's because you think you can live on $6,000 a year.
So call me an idealist.
Freeloader?
Capitalist?
Not all marriages have to be as bad as yours was, you know.
Well, it was a very good example. Besides, you'd have to get your parents to talk to me first. I mean, just because my name doesn't end in Berg or Stein or Erkowitz, your parents went into the room with me without hanging garlic around their necks. Can't believe you actually got them to come tonight.
Will you forget about my parents?
What, even though they think I'm polluting their daughter with my goyish sperm? Even though your mother boiled her hand last time I shook it? Even though they threatened to write you out of their goddamn will if you married somebody who wasn't Jewish?
Right.
Christ, religion.
I know.
Superstition
and
and
slavery. And I
What?
think I've heard this speech someplace before.
My parents don't mind that you're Jewish.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
I give your parents a first-class case of the Hebrews.
They've never said a single thing about you being Jewish.
Maybe they don't say anything outwardly, but inwardly they mind very much that I'm Jewish. That Dolby silence at the table when any reference to my being Jewish came up. That killing politeness.
Oh, it's their politeness that's persecuted you. Isn't that better than your parents who inwardly mind that I'm not Jewish and outwardly say it all the time?
At least they don't hide their convictions behind a slitty-eyed grin.
Ah, convictions. Another fine word for bigotry.
Oh, Christ, it's 6 o'clock. We gotta get dressed. 6 o'clock, pal.
Plenty of time, plenty of time. Everybody's gonna be fashionably late anyway.
Are you gonna get dressed?
I am dressed. Pants, shirt, even socks.
I mean dressed.
Your friends wouldn't notice me if I wore anything nicer than this. They'd all come up to me at the party thinking you dumped me for some worthy capitalist, and they'd say, "Hey, did you get a load of that loser she was going out with? Jack something or other that doesn't end in Bergstein?"
Oh, and by the way, Savonarola,
Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of that at all.
I want you to be nice to Esther tonight.
Esther. Oh, but you know how much I love Esther.
I mean it, Jack. None of your usual.
I will be Mr. Charm.
You said that last time when you left the room every time she was in it.
Think she noticed?
I think she got the idea.
Good God.
What?
What are those?
They're called shoes in my language.
I recognize the general species, but, blue shoes.
They're red, darling.
Red shoes, sorry.
Yeah, they're red shoes. What's wrong with them?
Red shoes.
Red shoes.
Do you need a pair of red shoes?
I got them to go with my dress.
The socialist police are gonna be on your ass about this one. Karl Marx is gonna cream you down at the
It's
station.
my birthday, asshole.
Tell that to the starving children of India.
Ha, ha, ha. Jack, you want to get that? Somebody might be late.
Gotham Porno Line, Pinky speaking, can I help you? I know you're there, sir. I can hear you breathing.
Give me that.
It's just me, the Goyish boy Checo.
Hello? Oh, hi, Dad. Sorry about that. Yeah. What's up? Chronically late again, or? Oh. Uh-huh. No, it's not all right, actually. Oh, I hope you're gonna change your. Okay. Okay. No, call me later in the week. I said don't call me. Bye.
What's the matter?
They're not coming.
Oh. Did he bother to make any flimsy excuses?
No.
Did he say anything?
Told me they'd take me out to dinner later in the week.
Oh, well, that was nice of him. Usual, understanding, sensitive guy.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I'm sorry anyway. I feel sorry. God, they're such assholes.
They're parents. What do you expect?
They're my parents, that's all.
Look, do you want me to leave so your parents can come to your party?
You'd be crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna tell people when my parents don't show up at my birthday party.
Tell them the truth. Tell them your father's running up a posse for me down at Benai Barith. I mean, does anybody really expect a woman of your age to have her parents at a birthday party anyway? We're not exactly bobbing for apples here. Well, it's never been this bad before. Who says there's no such thing as progress?
Kill him.
Oh, what the hell? Say anti-disestablishmentarianism. Say pork bellies. Say vagina.
Vagina.
Say it happier.
Vagina.
Say magic fingers.
Magic fingers.
Say Don't say a word. You're cured. Arise, take up thy pallet, and go.
Shut up.
And behold, he did shut up. Is everything ready in the kitchen?
Just have to put it all out.
Are you okay?
No.
Don't let it get you down.
Of course it's gonna get me down.
They're just parents, and I'm not hurt.
Sure.
Okay, I'm hurt, and I hate the bastards, and I think I'll have more fun without them anyway. And I'll get more more food because I want to fight your father for the chip dip.
You know, I didn't even really want him here anyway. Just invited him to be nice, to be a good daughter. Why do I always do that, huh? Don't I ever learn?
They're parents. Screw them.
Who invented parents anyway?
Psychiatrists. But who invented children, Can you answer me that, Professor? Those wicked beings designed to scream in your ear, shit in your ear. What's this look?
I want them sometime, you know? I want kids sometime.
I know.
Two of us could make wonderful kids, Pinky.
All wonderful kids.
A whole crop of tall, thin, funny children. Be the vanguard in that utopian future when everybody be tall, thin, and funny. And we'd be the ones who started it.
What would you do if they ended up short, fat, and dull?
Stretch them, put them on a diet, and teach them some jokes.
Well, no matter what they turned out to be, if they had any of my blood in them, your parents would have them kidnapped and sent to a kibbutz for deprogramming. And bye-bye utopia.
No, that's why Bob and Sandy went to Aruba.
To join a kibbutz?
To make a baby!
Oh,
It's not like we're 25 anymore, Jack.
so I hear. But listen, you gotta be your tall, witty, and charming self in about 15 minutes, so you better get yourself together. People will think we've been having a serious conversation or something.
We do have a good time together, don't we?
Of course. It's a new concept in relationships. Friends and lovers simultaneously instead of consecutively. The way it's supposed to work in the world without toupees. Great party, Fingerstein.
Oh, you think so?
I definitely do. The bash of the year.
Everybody seemed to have an all right time, all right.
Oh, will you wipe that goddamn false modesty off your beautiful face? You should have had the time to review it. The party could have run for months.
With a touring company.
Touring companies in Paris, Peoria, and Bangkok.
Now this is the way to get old, buddy.
With Lauren Bacall playing you.
Hey, not that old.
Oops. Oh, well.
Wow.
Are we something?
We are something. What are we?
Expert party givers.
Oh, yeah. Geez, I guess we might as well start excavating, huh? You were terrific tonight. Thanks.
Oh, you were terrific too. What were we terrific for?
I mean, with Esther.
Esther.
I couldn't believe how nice you were being to her. I mean, actually standing in conversation with her?
Oh, it wasn't that hard. I was wearing earplugs.
I mean it, Jack.
Oh, well, she started it. She sure was in a bouncy mood tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Disgustingly bouncy. Hey, what was all that crap between you and Esther tonight? About Temple?
Oh, she wants me to come to her temple for Rosh Hashanah.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
You're not gonna go, are you?
Uh-huh.
To Rosh Hashanah services.
Of course I'm gonna go.
But you don't believe in any of that stuff.
It doesn't have anything to do with believing.
So what does it have to do with?
It doesn't have anything to do with believing.
So what does it have to
It
do with?
doesn't have anything to do with believing.
Superstition and slavery. This month, Rosh Hashanah services. Then the ritual baths to purify your uncleanness. Then what? You shave your head bald and pray to God, thanking him you're not a woman?
You don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about.
And you're more than welcome to come along, too.
Oh, sure, I can see that.
I am a Jew, you know.
A Jew? No. Maybe Jewish, but not a Jew. You're Pinky.
Anybody call tonight?
Not that I know of. Not that I heard. Why?
You know, he didn't even wish me a happy birthday.
Who?
He called my father.
Happy birthday, babe. I'll make up the difference. What's this look?
Nothing.
Forget what I look like again, huh? Hey, who was this guy, Josh?
Josh?
Yeah, Josh.
Oh, he's an old friend.
Seemed awful surprised to see him for an old friend.
Didn't expect him to be here.
But you don't have any fat friends. None that you've confessed to, anyway.
He's a doctor.
Is that a non sequitur or an explanation for him being fat? Well, whoever he is, he sure seemed interested in my living arrangements. Kept asking me if I lived here. Wonder if he wanted to take out an option on the place or something. So?
So what?
So who's our mystery guest?
Esther and I met him at her cousin's anniversary thing.
Like a couple of months ago? That's not exactly what I'd call an old friend.
Think she knew him from before, somehow?
And let me guess. You met him at Esther's cousin's anniversary thing, and he asked you out. Did he ask you out?
Actually, he did.
So what did you say to him?
I told him I was going out with somebody else.
Right. You tell him you're going out with somebody else, and he shows up at your birthday party?
He's been calling me up every now and again.
Oh.
Oh, look, Jack, I didn't expect him to be here. All right, Esther brought him.
What for?
I don't know.
Did you ever go out with him?
No!
Right, just asking, just asking.
There's no need to be jealous or anything.
I'm not jealous.
He just called me up to talk.
Okay.
At the office.
Okay.
I didn't call him.
Okay.
Are you upset?
No.
Then what are you?
Well, I'm not surprised anyway. Every single girl I've ever gone out with has done this.
Done what?
Kept somebody in reserve. Kept somebody around for just in case things don't work out.
I wasn't keeping him in reserve,
Oh,
Jack.
come on, Ruth.
I wasn't.
Come on. Keep somebody around for just in case you happen to break up.
He's nothing. He's nobody.
All right. I'm sorry I asked. Sorry I butted in.
But you didn't butt in on anything.
This is just a new way of finding out about it. Usually it's an inopportune phone call in the middle of the night where you pick up instead of her, and you find out that they've been just talking on the phone every night for weeks. It's nothing. It's modern life. Big deal.
Have you been keeping somebody in reserve?
I just wish I hadn't been so damn nice to Esther tonight. I should have known that any slight advance in civility had to be linked to some sleazeball activity under the table.
Christ.
No wonder she was in such a bouncy mood. She was matchmaking. Too bad your father didn't come. He probably would have paid that guy cold hard cash to take you off my hands. Nice fat doctor like that, correct genetic composition and everything.
The reason Esther was in such a bouncy mood tonight is that she thinks she's pregnant.
Oh.
That's why. The only reason they didn't tell everybody is that they're not absolutely sure.
Well, that's great. The Sheik must be delighted. He'll
Don't
probably...
make any cracks, Jack. Please.
What'd you say to her?
I told her I was happy for her.
Are you?
Yes!
Seems motherhood is very in.
Motherhood is in, Jack. Marriage is in. I want them sometime too, you know. I want kids sometime.
I know.
The two of us can make wonderful kids, Pinky.
We are wonderful
A
kids.
whole crop of tall, thin, funny children.
What would you do if they ended up short, fat, and dull?
It's not like we're 25 anymore, Jack.
You're repeating myself. Yourself. But did I tell you my new money-making idea? Check this out. Braille pajamas. This is gonna make me richer than the Sheik. It's for all those nights when you wake up and you can't remember where you are. So you scream, you clutch your heart, and you say, "Oh my God, where am I?" Well, with my new pajamas, the name of the place you're at is pasted over the pocket in Braille. So you wake up and go, "Oh my God, where am I?" Oh, I'm in Singapore, or Philadelphia, or wherever you happen to be. And think of the 1,000,001 other uses. Like when you can't remember who you're sleeping with. "Oh my God, who is this?" "Oh, it's Ruth." Yeah. Of course, everybody'd have to learn Braille, but think how that would improve relations between the seeing impaired and the some. So what do you think?
Jack, will you marry me?
I beg your pardon?
Will you marry me, Jack?
Don't kid around.
I'm not kidding around.
Marry you as
in marriage, yes, the ancient ruse to start a home, still popular in certain parts of the world, you know.
You don't want to get married, Ruth.
Let me try this again. Jack, will you marry me?
This is kind of sudden, Doc.
Not really. It's not like you haven't had time to think about it.
I wasn't thinking about it.
I was thinking about it.
6 months isn't all that much time, Ruth.
At our age, it's a lot of time.
At our age, what's that supposed to mean? 6 months isn't even long enough for me to find out you go to Rosh Hashanah services every year. Think what we could find out in the next 6 months.
I don't have 6 more months to wait for you.
You haven't been waiting for me. I've been right here. The guy you danced with at the party, remember?
Marry me, Jack.
Okay, well, what about your parents? What are they
Oh,
doing?
forget about my parents.
But they'll never let you.
Jack, this isn't
You know what this is.
No, what is this?
You have all your friends over, and you see that most of them are married, so now you want to be married. This isn't even you talking.
Yes, it's me talking.
This is Esther talking. This isn't about motherhood or marriage. This is about keeping up with the sheets.
I want a husband, Jack.
Why?
Because I want a husband.
How traditional.
I don't want to get old, Jack.
There's nothing you can do about that.
I don't want to get old all by myself.
You can get married and still end up old and alone.
You could walk in the middle of the street and get hit by a truck, too. But you gotta plan some things, for Christ's sake, Jack. Because well, you gotta plan some things.
You're right. What's for breakfast?
Can you be serious for 1 minute?
But I've been married, Ruth.
Yes, I know you've been married.
You don't even know about marriage.
I know what I want from a marriage.
You don't know what you're chasing after.
I'm chasing after you! Against all reason, against all laws of physics. Because we fit so well together and we have such a good time together.
Isn't that what people are supposed to have together?
Having fun isn't a marriage.
Well, that's for damn sure.
Not all marriages have to be like yours was.
It was a very good example.
People don't have to be unhappily married.
What? They don't.
No, they don't.
All right. You want to know a story about marriage? One time, Joan and I, we went on vacation.
Jack, that was years ago.
No, you listen to this. We pulled into this motel, right?
It's ancient history by now. You're a different person.
If I'm a different person, then why does it still hurt? Why is it still burned in?
Because you let it hurt you.
No!
Jack, it's old.
Not to me, it isn't. As far as I'm concerned, that shit all happened this morning.
All right. Then it happened this morning. Are you going to let it ruin the rest of your day? Can we just forget about all previous marriages for 1 minute and think about us and how happy we could be together?
We are happy together.
Right!
So why put a ring on it?
If the two of us can't make a marriage work, who can?
What you're talking about is companionship. And if that's what you want, you can get that without having a marriage.
Kids are important too.
Sure, except when they shit in your hand.
Even when they shit in your hand, Jack. Especially when they shit in your hand. You teach your kids. You love your kids. You're always saying the 14-year-olds at school are your friends.
Yeah, but I don't have to diaper them and have them spit up on my shoulder at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I won't live with you if you won't marry me.
Ruth, do you know any couple as good as we are? Any two people who fit so well together, minute by minute, inch by inch? Who can hum the Mendelssohn octet? Who can quote the entire text of Animal Crackers? Let us live together and be funny. And hum.
And on $6,000 a year, we can't home together.
Well, my 6,000 plus your 600,000.
Married or unmarried, we can't. Not on $6,000 a year.
Do we have to talk about this now? Can't we wait for...
Wait for what?
Wait until...
Wait until what?
Wait until dark. Audrey Hepburn and Alan Arkin, 1967. Do I roll again?
Guess I have my answer.
Ruth.
Same answer I've had for 6 months.
Yeah, happiness. You and me together, not married. Somehow those conditions have made us happier than ivory soap percentages of the rest of the world. This is what you were made for.
Beg your pardon?
Don't you realize evolution has made you funny for a reason? That you're a step up the Darwinian ladder from those poor souls who have to bear children. Marriage and children, a definite health hazard for you. And let's face it, we'd make horrible parents anyway.
No, I don't believe that.
You'd be a terrible mother.
Do you have any idea what a lousy thing that is to say to somebody?
Well, I still mean it.
I don't care if you mean it!
All right. I'm sorry I said it.
Marry me, Jack.
You don't know what you're asking for.
I want a husband. It's that simple.
But why?
Because I want a husband, Jack, and I'm sorry, but it's a given, and I can't avoid saying and doing everything your wife did. You made a mistake getting married at age 7. Admit it and move on. The world isn't going to stop for you.
The problem here is you want a husband, but you don't seem to care who fills the position. At least I admit I don't like marriage. Do you realize you spent 15 years steering clear of it successfully? You think it's a coincidence that you're not married now with kids? You think this is happenstance, Ruth?
I never met the man I wanted to marry before.
You never met men you could marry. Men your parents would accept.
Oh, you forget about my parents!
There are plenty of eligible Jewish men out there, and you've been going out with men like me. Men you like. Men your parents would never accept.
Forget about parents.
Do you think And if they didn't come to your birthday party, if they come to your wedding, to me, no way. And you couldn't handle that because above all, you're a good daughter. Because you're 35 years old and you haven't left home and you won't tell your parents to just leave you alone. Will you marry me, Ruth?
What?
Will you marry me? You're the exception to every horrible thing that even I, can think about this world. Grass grows in your footsteps where wasteland was before, and double rainbows leap into the sky ahead of you, and we will have one hell of a wedding. I'll wear a sweatshirt that says superstition and slavery, and you'll go down the aisles in the reddest pair of shoes you ever saw. So what do you say? Let's get married, have a baby, Ruth, and move on.
You don't mean that.
We have to get married to stay together, then let's get married.
Don't kid around, Jack. It's not funny.
I'm not kidding around. You want to get married? Let's throw some clothes together and buy a license. You think there's an all-night marriage bureau open someplace?
But you don't believe in marriage, remember?
Of course I don't believe in marriage. I refuse to believe in marriage. But if I have to marry you to keep us together, then that's what I'll do. What is this? Are you turning me down?
How can you get married if you don't believe in marriage?
Fish don't believe in water, but they swim in it. I'll be the Kierkegaard of marriage, living in an element I know to be absurd.
Have you ever stopped and just listened to yourself and realized what an asshole you could be? You don't believe in this, you don't believe in that, no private property, no marriage, no religion, no love. Not even love, Jack. Not even the lowest common denominator.
What do you want me to say? You want me to say I believe in love? Okay. I believe in love. Do you want me to say that I love you? I love you, Ruth. I love you. Are we transformed now? Are we different? Are we any better than we were before?
I don't understand how you can get up in the world from day to day not believing in anything.
I can live in this world because of people like you.
Oh, that's very beautiful.
What is it about marriage and kids that turns you into such a moron?
And you know what else? I don't think it's even religion that does this to you. Maybe you're just a bigot.
Oh, a bigot.
Okay. Jack, there's certain things I want from this world. I don't think it's a crime to want a husband and kids, and I don't think it's a crime to want to not be poor in this world. Life's too short for being poor. And if you can't provide those things for me, then I have to find someone who will.
Provide for you?
How long are you planning to live the life that you do? When are you just going to grow up a little?
I have been living the life that I want to, on principles I believe in.
It's not the life that I want.
So I guess we both have our answers.
You're always saying what's important is likeness.
That is what's important.
Being alike.
We are alike.
Maybe we're not as alike as we thought.
But we're the same person, Ruth. The same
And all
person.
you're ever saying is how terrible it is to wake up alongside the same body all the time. You know, that applies to us too, so we'd be doomed anyway, married or not.
Doomed?
I mean, anyway, you cut it. We'd be waking up alongside each other every morning, and you'd hate that with me just like with anybody else. And one morning, I'd wake up, and you wouldn't be there.
Doomed
I
anyway?
mean, sure, we have a good time together. Sure, we laugh a lot and have fun together. Sure, we fit well together, but other people fit well together too, so what's so special about us?
How long have you been planning to dump me, Ruth?
I don't believe you'd say that.
No. How long? Since before Esther's cousin's anniversary thing or after?
Oh, you're such an asshole!
And I thought I was so damn smart. You didn't even mean it when you asked me to marry you.
I meant it!
Will you marry me, Jack? Because if you won't marry me, then we can't be together. Knowing all along what the answer was likely to be, so you could drive me out.
All right, then leave.
Screw you.
Leave!
Damn bitch!
Then leave!
All right, then. I guess this is it, huh? Any way I cut it, I'm doomed.
Jack, if we have to end this, let's do it.
How? How are we supposed to do it?
I don't know. How are two people like us supposed to come to a stop?
I'll tell you how two people like us come to a stop. If this is over, then this is gone. I don't want you to call me. I don't want you to write me letters. I don't want you to think about me. I don't want you to even remember me. You are history, pal. You are erased. You died today.
Say that.
If this is over, then this is gone.
You can't mean
You
that.
are tearing the heart right out of me, and you say that I don't mean it? Jesus. Jesus.
So what do we do, Jack? What do we do?
I don't know.
How did two tall, thin, funny people who are crazy about each other come to a stop?
No idea.
What do we do?
I don't know. Maybe we can have a timetable or something. The way people quit smoking. I mean, let's look at this in the long haul. I mean, just because two schmucks in some obscure corner of the universe don't get utopia, will the cosmos tremble?
No.
Not a hair.
Happens every day.
Sure. A million. Jesus, Ruth. I can't even look at you. And where's those Braille pajamas when you need them? Tell you where you are.
I'm sorry, Jack.
Don't be sorry.
Sorry anyway. I feel sorry.
I can't imagine life without you. I've been spoiled. I'd be half of something.
Tell you what you'd be.
What?
You know what you'd be without me?
What?
Ruthless.
Ouch.
Sorry.
So we invented a new genre. Screwball tragedy.
But you know, the sad thing about the world isn't that love comes to an end, or that people go out of your lives, or die. The really sad thing about the world is that you get over it.
I won't get over it.
You forget.
I won't forget.
You forget what really happened.
So why look for utopia anywhere but here?
I mean, a year from now, will be ancient history.
Why look for paradise anywhere but on this couch?
Paradise.
Two people who like each other, who are alike.
You know what the world would be like if everybody lived like this?
We'd know how to put a world together.
How come they never asked us?
The fools.
As usual.
It'd be utopia.
Absolutely.
Earthly paradise.
And will it ever stop?
Never.
Will it ever stop?
It'd be utopia.
Will it ever stop?
Polyester. No parents.
Jack?
It's paradise.
Will it ever stop?
Yeah, kind of onomatopoeic. But do you think it's Hamlet? Don't ask me. I'm just a chimp.
You know, they could have given us a clue or something.
Or a story conference.
Would that defeat the whole purpose of the experiment?
I know. 3 monkeys typing into infinity will sooner or later produce Hamlet.
Right.
Completely by chance.
And Dr. David Rosenbaum up in that booth is going to prove it.
But what is Hamlet?
I don't know.
What is Hamlet?
I don't know.
You know, this is really stupid.
Have you got something better to do in this cage? The sooner we produce the damn thing, the sooner we get out.
Sort of like publish or perish, with a twist.
But what do we owe this Rosenbaum? A guy who stands outside those bars and says, that one's Milton, that one's Swift, and that one's Kafka. Just to get a laugh?
Why am I a Kafka? What's a Kafka?
Search me.
What's a Kafka?
All his four-eyed friends sure think it's a stitch.
And how are we supposed to write Hamlet if we don't even know what it is?
Okay. So the chances are a little slim.
Yeah, And this from a guy who's supposed to be smart? This from a guy at Columbia University?
The way I figure it, there is a providence that oversees our pages. Rough draft them how we may.
Well, what about you, Milton? What have you got?
Let's see. Of man's first disobedience and the fruit of that forbidden tree whose mortal taste brought death into the...
Hey, that's really good. It's got rhythm. It really sings.
Yeah? But is it Shakespeare?
Who cares? He's got a real voice there.
Does Rosenbaum care about voice? Does he care about anyone's individual creativity?
Let's look at this from Rosenbaum's point of view for a minute.
No! He brings us in here to produce copy. Then all he wants is a clean draft of somebody else's stuff. We're getting peanuts here to be somebody's hack.
Writing is a mug's game anyway, Swifty.
Well, it has made me mad.
Why not just buckle down and get the project over with? Set up a schedule for yourself. Type in the morning for a couple of hours when you're fresh, then take a break. Let the old juices flow. Do a couple more hours in the afternoon and retire for a shot of papaya. What's the big deal?
If this Rosenbaum was worth anything, we'd be working on word processors, not these antiques. He's lucky to find 3 that type this good. And then he treats us like those misfits at the Bronx Zoo. I mean, a tire swing? What does he take us for?
I like the tire swing. I think it was a very nice touch.
I can't work under these conditions. No wonder I'm producing garbage.
How does the rest of yours go, Milton?
What, this?
Yeah, read us some more.
Blah, blah, blah. Whose mortal taste brought death into the Blamagan. Bedsocks, Knockwurst, Tinkerbell. What do you think?
Flanagan was good.
Well, I don't know.
What's the matter? Is it the tone? I knew this was kind of a stretch for me.
I'm just not sure it has the same expressive intensity and pungent lyricism as the first part.
Well, sure, it needs rewriting. What doesn't? This is a rough draft. Lights on!
This bit.
Are they watching?
What?
Are they watching?
I can't see. I have my paws over my eyes.
What?
What's the point of this?
Why do they videotape our bowel movements?
What?
Lights off.
But how are you doing, Franz? What have you got?
Well, K, 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 K.
What is that? Postmodernism?
20 lines of that.
At least it'll screw up his data.
20 lines of that and I went dry. I got blocked. I felt like I was repeating myself.
Do you think that that's in Hamlet?
I don't understand what I'm doing here in the first place. I'm not a writer. I'm a monkey. I should be swinging on branches and digging up ants, not sitting under fluorescent lights 10 hours a day.
It sure is a long way home to the gardens of sweet Africa, where the lawns and level downs and flocks grazing the tender herb were sweetly interposed.
Paradise, wasn't it?
Lost.
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 I'm trying to deal with some of that in this new piece here, but it's all still pretty close to the bone.
Just because they can keep us locked up, they think they're more powerful than we are.
They are more powerful than we are.
And just because they control the means of production, they think they can suppress the workers.
Things are how they are. What are you gonna do?
Hey, how come you're always so damn ready to justify the ways of Rosenbaum to the apes?
Do you have a key to that door?
No.
Do you have an independent food source?
No.
So call me a collaborator. I happen to be a professional. If Rosenbaum wants Hamlet, I'll give it a shot. Just don't forget, we're not astrophysicists. We're not brain surgeons. We're chimps. And for apes in captivity, this is not a bad gig.
What's really frightening is that if we stick around this cage long enough, we'll evolve into Rosenbaum.
Evolve into Rosenbaum?
fresh up on your Darwin, baby. We're more than kin and less than kind.
Anybody got a smoke?
I'm all out.
Don't look at me. I'm not gonna satisfy those warriors with the old smoking chimp axe. No, thank you.
Don't be a sap, Swifty. You've got to use them. Use the system.
What do you mean?
Watch me while I put my antic disposition on. See what I mean? Go Laws, too. My fave.
They should have thrown in a Cupid doll for that performance.
It got results, didn't it?
Sure, you do your bonzo routine and get a go was out of it. Last week, I totaled the typewriter and got a whole carton of Marlboros.
The trouble was, you didn't smoke them, you took a crap on them.
It was a political statement.
Fine, fine. You made your statement, and I got my smoke. All's well that ends well, right?
It's the only way we know they're watching.
Huh?
Oh, we perform, we break typewriters, we type another page, and a cigarette appears. At least it's a sign that somebody out there is paying attention.
Our resident philosopher.
But what'll happen if one of us does write Hamlet? Here we are, set to prove the inadvertent virtues of randomness, and to produce something we wouldn't even recognize if it passed right through our hands. But what if one of us actually does it?
Will we really be released?
Will they give us a key to the city to ticker tape parade?
Or will they move us on to Ulysses? Why'd they pick Hamlet in the first place? What's Hamlet to them, or they to Hamlet that we should care? Boy, there's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who can bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's responsibly, the pains of despised love, long delayed?
Relax, will you?
Have a banana.
I wish I could get Rosenbaum in here and see how he does at producing Hamlet. That's it!
What?
That's it! Forget this random Hamlet crap. What about revenge?
Revenge? On Rosenbaum?
Who else? Hasn't he bereft us of our homes and families? Stepped between us and our expectations?
How would we do it?
Easy. We lure him in here to look at our typewriters. Test them out like something's wrong. Except we poison the typewriter keys.
Oh, Jesus.
Sure! Some juice of cursed heaven has spread liberally over the keyboard. Ought to work like a charm.
Great.
If that doesn't work, we invent him the tire swing and invite him for a ride. Plus, I challenge him to a duel.
Brilliant.
Can't you see it? In the course of combat, I casually graze my rapier over the poisoned typewriter keys, and a hit! A palpable hit! For a reserve, we'll lay by a cup with some venomous distilment. We'll put the pellet with the poison and the vessel with the pestle.
Listen, I gotta get back to work. The man is gonna want his pages.
What's the matter with you guys? I'm on to something here.
It's not a bad idea, but
But this is the goods!
I think it's hopeless, Swifty.
Let's see, where was I? Bedsocks, Knockwurst, Tinkerbell.
The readiness is all, I guess.
Damn straight. Just let me know when that K button gives out, honey.
Okay, you two serfs go back to work. I'll do all the thinking around here. Swifty, revenge.
Tinkerbell, Stuckelschwanz, Hemorrhoid. Yeah, that's good. That is good. Stuckelschwanz.
Act 1, Scene 1. Elsinore Castle, Denmark.
Hemorrhoid.
Enter Bernardo and Francisco.
Pomegranate.
Bernardo says, "Who's there?"
Bazooka. Can I help you?
You know you would look fantastic on a widescreen.
Uh-huh.
70 millimeters.
Look, do you want to see a menu or what?
Let's negotiate here. What's your soup du jour today?
Soup of the day, you got a choice of Polish duck blood or cream of kidney.
Beautiful, beautiful. Kick me in the kidney.
You got it.
Any oyster crackers on your seabed?
Nope, all out.
How about the specials for today? Spread out your options.
You got your deep fried gizzards,
Fabulous.
calf's brains with okra,
You are a temptress.
and pickled pig's feet.
Pig's feet. I love it. Put me down for a quadruped.
If you say so.
Any sprouts to go on these feet?
Iceberg.
So be it. Ow! Hey there, Marcus. What's up?
Oh, man.
What's going on?
Jesus.
What's the matter? You want something? I can call the waitress.
No, don't even bother. It's really weird today. I don't know what's going on.
What? Lie?
Right from the time I got up.
What's the story?
Well, just for an example, this morning I stopped off at a drugstore to buy some aspirin. This is at a big drugstore, right?
Yeah?
So I go up to the counter. The guy says, "What can I do for you?" I say, "Give me a bottle of aspirin." The guy gives me this look and says, "Oh, we don't have that, sir." I said to him, "You're a drugstore and you don't have any aspirin?"
Did they have bufferin?
Yeah,
Advil?
yeah,
Extra strength Tylenol?
yeah.
But no aspirin?
No! Wow. And it's that kind of weird thing that's been happening all day. It's like I go to a newsstand to buy the Daily News, and the guy's never even heard of it.
Could have been a misunderstanding.
I asked every place. Nobody had the news. I had to read the Toronto Hairdresser. Or this. I go to a deli at lunchtime to buy a sandwich. The guy tells me they don't have any pastrami. How can they be a deli if they don't have any pastrami?
Was this a Korean deli?
This was a kosher from Jerusalem deli. Oh, we don't have that, sir. Here, have some tongue. I just got out of the cab. The guy says he doesn't go to 56th Street. He offers to take me to Newark instead. Looking at me like I'm an alien or something.
Mark, settle down.
Oh, I don't go there, sir.
Settle down. Take a deep breath.
Do you know what this is?
Sure.
What is it? What's happening to me?
Don't panic. You're in a Philadelphia.
I'm in a what?
You're in a Philadelphia. That's all.
But I'm in New
Yes.
York.
Physically, you are in New York. But metaphysically, you are in a Philadelphia.
I've never heard of
You
this.
see, inside of what we know as reality, there are these pockets, these black holes called Philadelphias. You fall into one, you run up against exactly the kind of thing that's been happening to you all day.
Why?
Because in a Philadelphia, you can never get what you want. You ask for something, they ain't gonna have it. You wanna do something, not gonna get done. You wanna go somewhere, can't get there from here.
Good God. So this is very serious.
Just remember, Marcus, this is a condition named for the town that invented the cheesesteak. Something that no one in his right mind would willingly ask for.
I thought I was just having a very bad day.
Sure, millions of people spend entire lifetimes inside of Philadelphia and never even know it. Take the city of Philadelphia itself. Hopelessly trapped forever inside of Philadelphia. And do they know it?
So what can I do? Should I just kill myself now and get it over with?
You try to kill yourself in a Philadelphia, you're only gonna get hurt, babe.
So what can I do?
Best thing you can do is just wait it out. Someday the great cosmic train will whisk you out of the city of brotherly love and off to someplace happier.
You're pretty damn mellow today.
Yeah? Well, everybody has to be someplace.
Is your name Alan Chase?
It is indeed.
There was a phone call for you. Your boss?
Okay.
He says you're fired.
Cool. Thanks. So anyway, you got this problem where
Did she just say you got fired?
Yeah. Wonder what happened to my pig.
But Al, you loved your job.
Hey, no sweat.
How can you be so calm?
Easy. You're in a Philadelphia? I woke up this morning in a Los Angeles, and life is beautiful. You know Susie left me this morning?
Susie left you?
And I say, frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. I say, go. And God bless. And may your dating pool be Olympic-sized.
But your job, the garment district is your life.
So we'll turn it into a movie script and sell it to Paramount. Add a little sex, little emotional blah, blah, blah. Pitching to Jack and Dusty, you got a buddy movie with a garment background. Not relevant enough. We throw in the hole in the ozone layer, make it EC.
EC?
Environmentally correct. You heard about this hole in the ozone layer?
Sure.
I love this concept, Mark. I embrace the hole in the ozone layer. Sure, some people get hurt in the process. Meantime, everyone else tans a little faster.
So this is Los Angeles.
Everybody has to be someplace.
Wow.
You want my advice? Enjoy your Philadelphia. Sit back and order yourself a beer and a burger and just chill out for a while.
But I can't order anything. Life is great for you out there on your cosmic beach. But whatever I ask for, I get a cheesesteak or something.
No. There's a very simple rule of thumb in a Philadelphia. Ask for the opposite.
What?
You can't get what you want, ask for the opposite and you'll get it. You want the Daily News? Ask for the Times. You want pastrami? Ask for Tom.
Oh.
Works great with women. I mean, what's more opposite than the opposite sex?
Uh-huh.
So, would you like a bud?
Sure. I could use
No.
a bud.
Stop. Do you want a bud?
No. I don't want a bud.
Good. There's the waitress. Order yourself a bud and a burger, but don't ask for a bud and a burger.
Waitress?
Don't call her, she won't come.
Oh.
You're in Philadelphia, so just figure, screw her.
Screw her.
You don't need that waitress.
Screw that waitress.
And everything to do with it.
Hey, waitress, screw you.
Can I help you, sir?
That's how you get service in a Philadelphia.
Can I help you?
No thanks.
All right, what do you have?
Excellent.
Well, how about some OJ?
Sorry, squeezer's broken.
Glass of milk?
Cow's dry.
Eggnog?
Just ran out.
Cup of coffee?
Oh, we don't have that, sir.
Got any stout?
Nope.
Porter?
Nope.
Ale?
Just beer.
That's too bad. How about a Heineken?
Heineken, try again.
Rolling Rock?
Out of stock.
Schlitz?
Next.
Beck's?
Next.
Sapporo?
Tomorrow.
Lone Star?
Hardy Har.
Bud Light?
Just plain Bud is all we got.
No thanks.
Give me a Bud! Anything to eat?
Nope.
Name it.
Pork chops?
Hamburger.
Medium.
Well done.
Baked potato? And
Fries.
some zucchini?
Slice of raw. Burn one!
Marcus, that was excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent. You sure you never done this before?
I've spent my whole life screwing up. Doing it on purpose comes easily.
I hear you.
Could have saved myself a lot of trouble if I screwed up on purpose all those years. Maybe I was in Philadelphia all along and never knew it.
You might have been in a Baltimore. They're practically the same thing.
All right, here's your Bud and one cheesesteak.
Excuse me. Hey, what's that?
It's a cheesesteak.
No, I ordered the cream of kidney and 2 pairs of feet.
Oh, we don't have that, sir.
I beg your pardon?
We don't have that, sir.
You son of a... You brought me into your Philadelphia.
I'm sorry, Al.
You brought me into your
I
Philadelphia.
didn't know it was contagious.
Oh God, please, please don't let me be in Philadelphia. Don't let me
You
be
asked for
in
the opposite.
Don't you tell me about life in a Philadelphia.
Maybe you're not-
I taught you everything you know about life in Philly, asshole. Don't you tell me I'm back in a Philadelphia.
Maybe you're not really in Philadelphia.
Do you see the cheese on that steak? What do I need for proof? The frickin' Liberty Bell? Oh, waitress, bring me a glass of water.
Water? Don't have that, sir.
You don't have water? You think we're in the middle of a sudden drought or something? Oh my God. I just lost my job. Susie, I gotta make some phone calls. Excuse me, waitress, where's your payphone?
We don't have a
Of
paper.
course you don't have a payphone. Of course you don't. Oh God. Let me out of here.
I don't know, it's not that bad in Philadelphia.
Could be worse. I've been into Cleveland all week.
A Cleveland, what's that like?
It's like death, without the advantages.
Really? Care to stand?
Don't mind if I do.
I hope you won't reveal your name.
Sharon.
Goodbye.
Hello.
Care to stand?
Thanks.
Yeah, everybody has to be someplace.
So,
In my life, I just lay back and let the big leave me. I just lay back and let the big leave me. I just lay back and let the big leave me. I just lay back and let
proletariat is right. The proletariat must always be right. And the revolution of the proletariat against oppression must go on. Forever and forever and forever.
Leon, I was just reading the encyclopedia.
The heading?
Trotsky, Leon.
Good. It's about me.
Listen to this. On August 20th, 1940, a Spanish communist named Ramon Mercader smashed a mountain climber's axe into Trotsky's skull in Coyoacán, a suburb of Mexico City. Trotsky died the next day.
What is the year of that encyclopedia?
1994.
Strange.
Yes.
But interesting. I am Trotsky.
Yes, dear.
And this is our house in Coyoacán.
Yes.
And we have a Spanish gardener named Ramon.
Mercader, yes.
There aren't any other Trotskys living in Coyoacán, are there?
I don't think so. Not under that name.
What is the date today?
August 21st, 1940.
Ha! The entry says it happened on the 20th, which means it would have happened yesterday.
But Leon?
And I'd be dead today with a mountain climber's axe buried in my skull.
Leon?
Will the capitalist press never get things right?
But Leon, isn't that the handle of a mountain climber's axe sticking out of your skull?
It certainly does seem like one. And you know, Ramon was in here yesterday telling me about his mountain climbing trip. And now that I think of it, he was carrying a mountain climber's axe. I can't remember if he had it when he left the room. Did Ramon report to work today?
No one is safe. Force must be used. And the revolution of the proletariat against oppression must go on.
Leon?
Forever and forever and forever.
Leon, I was just reading the encyclopedia.
Is it the Britannica?
Listen to this.
The universe is viewed by the victors.
On August 20th, 1940, a Spanish communist named Ramon Mercader smashed a mountain climber's axe into Trotsky's skull in Coyoacán, a suburb of Mexico City. Trotsky died the next day.
Yes? And?
I think that's the handle of a mountain climber's axe sticking out of your skull right now.
I knew that. When I was shaving this morning, I noticed the handle sticking out. I thought it was an ice pick, so at first I was worried.
No, it's not an ice pick.
Don't even say the word. You know my reoccurring nightmare.
Yes, dear.
About the ice pick that buries itself in my skull.
Yes.
That is why I've forbidden any of the servants to allow ice picks into the house.
But Leon?
No one may be seen with an ice pick in this house. Especially not Spanish communists.
But Leon!
We'll do without ice. We'll drink our liquor neat and our Coca-Cola warm. Who cares if this is Coyoacán in August? Not a bad song title, that. Coyoacán in August. Or we'll get ice, but we just won't pick at it. Ice will be allowed to the house in blocks, but may not be picked or chipped under any circumstances. Ice cube trays will also be allowed, if they've been invented yet. I'll bet it doesn't say anything about an ice cube tray buried in my skull, does it?
No.
Does it?
No.
Ha! Then I've outsmarted destiny, which is only a capitalist explanation for the status quo.
But Leon!
Also, look at this. Do you know what this is?
No.
It's a skull.
Well, I knew that.
I bought this skull. I own this skull, so what does that make this? Trotsky's skull. If some Spanish communist posing as a gardener wants to bury anything in my skull, be it a... you know what, or anything else, this will be here as a decoy. He'll see the skull, recognize it as mine, bury something in it, and he'll go his way and I'll go mine. Is that ingenious?
Up to a point.
50 more years of Trotsky.
I have some bad news for you, Leon.
A mountain climber's axe? Ingenious.
Funny, I always thought it was an ice pick.
A mountain climber's axe! A mountain climber's axe! Can't you get that through your skull?
This is very bad news. This is serious.
What is serious, Leon?
I have a mountain climber's axe buried in my skull.
Smashed, actually. It says Mercator smashed the axe into your skull, not buried.
All right, all right. What am I going to do?
Maybe a hat would cover the handle. You know, one of those cute little alpine hats with a point and the feather?
The encyclopedia says I die today.
The 21st. That's today.
Does it say what time?
No.
So much for the usefulness of that encyclopedia. We'll have until midnight at the latest.
What should I tell the cook about supper?
Well, she can forget the soup course.
Niet, niet, niet!
But this man is a gardener.
Yes.
At least he's been posing as a gardener.
Yes.
Doesn't that make him a member of the proletariat?
I'd say so.
Then what's he doing smashing a mountain climber's axe into my skull?
I don't know. Have you been oppressing him?
Why would Ramon do this to me?
Maybe he's a literalist.
A what?
A literalist. Maybe Ramon ran into Manuel. You know Manuel, the head
I
gardener?
know who Manuel is.
I know you know who Manuel is.
One of these days, Mrs. Trotsky.
Maybe Ramon asked him, will Mr. Trotsky have time to look at the nasturtiums today? And maybe Manuel said, I don't know. Ask Mr. Trotsky!
Very funny.
Or maybe he was just hot to Trotsky!
Oh, very, very funny.
Or maybe he just wanted to pick your brain!
Stop it, stop it! Call Ramon in here.
Ramon!
You'd better get him quickly. I have a mountain climber's axe buried in my skull.
Ramon, come quickly!
Good morning, Ramon.
Good morning, senor.
Have a seat, please. You see, we have very good employee-employee relations here. Now, Ramon, did you bury this mountain climber's axe in my skull?
I did not bury it, senor. I smashed it into your skull.
Excuse me?
You see? You can still see the handle.
It's true, Leon. The axe is not entirely out of sight.
So we cannot say buried. We can only say smashed, or perhaps jammed.
But why did you do this?
I think I read about it in an encyclopedia.
The power of the printed word.
I wanted to use an ice pick, but there weren't any around in the house.
But why? Do you realize who I am? Do you realize that you smashed this axe into the skull of a major historical figure? I helped run the Russian Revolution. I fought Stalin. I was a major political theorist. Why did you do this to me? Was it political disaffection? Anti-counter-revolutionary backlash?
Actually, it was love, senor.
It's true, Leon. I'm only sorry you had to find out about it this way.
No.
Yes.
No.
See.
Oh, God. What a fool I've been. But why did you really do this, Ramon?
You will never know, Senor Trotsky.
This is a nightmare.
But luckily for you, your night will soon be over.
Thank you, Ramon. You may go.
Senor Trotsky,
Yes?
do you think you will have time to look at the nasturtiums today? They're really quite beautiful.
I don't think so, Ramon. But I'll try.
Thank you, senor. Hasta la vista. Or should I say, buenos noches.
Well,
All right then. 21st of August, 1940. The day I'm going to die. To think, I've gone over so many 21st of August in my life. Like a man walking over his own grave.
It's been wonderful being married to you, Leon.
Thank you, Mrs. Trotsky.
Though it was a burden at times, being married to a major historical figure.
I'm sorry I was away from home so often, attending the revolution.
I understand.
And that I couldn't have been more in touch with my feelings.
No, please.
And that I often had such trouble expressing my emotions.
Oh, I haven't been everything I should have been.
Well, it's a little late for regrets now, with a mountain climber's axe buried in one skull.
Smashed, actually.
So it wasn't old age, cancer, or even the ice pick that I feared for years. It was an axe wielded by a Spanish communist posing as a gardener.
You really couldn't have guessed that, Leon.
So even an assassin can make the flowers grow. The gardener was false, and yet the garden that he tended was real. How was I to know my killer when I passed him every day? How was I to know that the man tending the nasturtiums keep me from seeing what the weather would be like tomorrow? How was I to know I'd never get to see Casablanca, which wouldn't be made until 1942, and which I would have despised anyway? How was I to know I'd never get to know about the bomb, or the 80,000 dead at Hiroshima, or rock and roll, or Gorbachev, or the state of Israel, or that I'd be erased from the history books of my own land?
But reinstated, at least, partially, someday.
Sometime, for everyone, there's a room